Jimmy Garoppolo is ruled out for week number 4, so the Raiders are scrambling to figure out if they're going to start Brian Hoyer, or Aiden O'Connell. And I'm here to tell you, Aiden O'Connell is the right move. Aiden O'Connell is actually a really good quarterback prospect, and we're here to talk about the presumption that eventually this guy's getting in the lineup. Now, I can't tell you that the Raiders are going to choose O'Connell over Hoyer. We're hearing a vibe, a bunch of little birdies whispering in the ears of newswires and your boy that they're leaning Hoyer. And I think they don't want to cause controversy and have this guy come out and be lights out. And then they're like, what do we do with Jimmy? And I think they want to give Jimmy more time. But Jimmy's never going to stay healthy. He's not going to stay healthy. He was already banged up earlier this year, and we thought maybe he was coming out of the game. He ended up playing through an injury, ended up getting rocked a couple times, and now he's out with a concussion, and that can really happen to anybody. But I'm telling you right now, he's not staying healthy. At some point, Aiden O'Connell will be here to debut himself, and I just wish it was now. And I don't know that it's going to happen, but in Superflex fantasy football leagues everywhere, you need to go grab this kid if you have room. If you've got smaller benches, you may not be able to pull this off. Sometimes he's a healthy scratch and out, and then you can put him on your IR spot. So look into that if you can. But I'm telling you right now, the best quarterback on this roster, the best quarterback for Davante Adams in the long term, is Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell is a good quarterback. This could save the Raiders to a certain extent. I'm not calling them a deep playoff team or even a team that can make the playoffs, but this could be their future passer, their franchise guy. Aiden O'Connell showed a lot of promise, and from what we've seen so far, and this is a very crafty super flex hold and stash. And again, I can't promise you he gets the nod in the next couple hours or the next half a day, whatever. We should hear very, very soon. I imagine we hear at some point tonight whether it's going to be Hoyer or O'Connell. And again, the birdies are chirping, saying they don't want controversy. If Aiden O'Connell goes out and looks amazing, then they got to take him out. And they also are afraid of hurting his confidence once you go in and then they pull you out. So they might throw Hoyer out there, which is an awful decision for the Raiders. This is one of those stupid moves where you're not making the right call for a bunch of other reasons, and you shouldn't be focused on that. You should be asking yourself, who gives us the best chance to win the game? And the answer is O'Connell. O'Connell can win a game. O'Connell can win a game. And Superflex Dynasty especially, but Superflex Redraft, grab him, stash him, hold him, wait. At some point he's going to start, and at some point I think he looks really, really good. Like Brock Purdy fantasy football good, which is like you're going to get 275, 300, and 2 touchdowns on occasion from this guy. Just rolling him out there, throwing him out there as your Superflex starter. In Superflex leagues, you can win a league on picking up a 250 and occasional 2 to 3 touchdown quarterback, especially if you don't have a second quarterback right now. And quarterbacks, the quarterback climate, the quarterback landscape's in shambles right now. So in Superflex, you're looking around for players like this at every turn. This is a guy you want to grab. Jimmy Garoppolo will not stay healthy. Again, Jimmy is not. He's out for Sunday. Raiders have to choose between Aiden O'Connell, 4th round draft pick from Purdue, who has been yet to be active for an NFL game, or 15-year quarterback Brian Hoyer. So you be the judge. Who's better, more equipped to lead this team into a potential victory? O'Connell or Hoyer? You know, we've seen this guy. He looks sharp, and it's a little early to make, snapshot judgments, I guess, on someone's potential for their entire career, to say, hey, Aiden O'Connell could be a top 15 NFL quarterback. But announcers everywhere, news wires everywhere, analysts everywhere, I'm not the only one, watched this guy and said, wow, his mechanics, he's fluid. His decision making, his pocket presence, his ability to navigate, read defenses, and march through a route tree instead of just like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me throw to my first read. Let me throw to my second read. This guy looked like somewhat of a I don't know, second year or third year quarterback, the way he played football in his short little stint that we got to see so far. Not in regular season games, but this is a man that I think needs to be grabbed, and I'm very, very happy to hold and stash him, even if it doesn't work out this week. I'm hoping somehow, some way, the Raiders just surprise everybody and they say, we're announcing Aiden O'Connell as the starting quarterback in week number 4. Let the controversy brew. Let the people come out with the pitchforks and say, we want O'Connell. Put Jimmy G to bed for good, because Jimmy G is not the answer long term. He looks really bad. He looks really bad. He's throwing the football to Davante Adams. He's feeding Adams. That's good. That's fine and dandy. This guy is a better quarterback. This guy might even be able to revive the entire offense to a certain degree. Maybe Josh Jacobs could get on his horse a little bit if this guy's spreading the ball around, keeping defenses honest. So this is the best shot overall for the offense. And I don't necessarily think he's better for Davante Adams just because Davante Adams was over-targeted, saturated with targets. This team is not going to do well every single week. They're not going to always be able to get garbage time or have Jimmy G just spoon-feeding Davante Adams and Davante Adams not being double-teamed and put in a box. This guy is going to help make the offense fluid and help make the offense look productive and spread the ball around and keep defenses more honest, and that will be, in turn, I think, better for Davante Adams, who he can connect with, who he will target, who he will trust. So if you're a Jacobs owner, you want this guy out. You don't want Hoyer in. You want this man in. But again, this is about Superflex mainly right now. Go grab O'Connell, stash him. Hope you get him this week. Probably won't, I suppose, unless they surprise us. The Raiders could surprise us. You never know. But I'm stashing him everywhere I can in Superflex, and so should you.